Thursday, December 28th. I hope your holiday season was fantastic. I hope Hanukkah was 8 crazy nights of happiness. I hope your Christmas was incredible. And I heard Kwanzaa is like a terrible holiday. I guess it's like a terrible holiday. I don't know. I was reading on the internet. I guess it's like a super bad holiday.
Don't believe everything.
I think it's good. I think the thought is good, but I've heard the holiday is not the great one. But I hope you guys had an incredible holiday season. I hope New Year's Eve, you're looking forward to the year 2018. It's going to be awesome here at Heartland. We're going to be on Sirius XM from 7 to 9 a.m. Pacific time every single day. Barstool Sports Channel 93. 10 to 12. 10 to 12 in America time. But we're trying to, we're the West Coast representative of Barstool Sports in the morning. And I feel like we're going to take that on in a beautiful fashion, Diggs.
We are the most far west office that they have.
I'm a very good longboarder, guys, down the Strand.
I have 0 following in California. Let's see how it goes.
I got 12 fans in Ontario.
Not a bad. We'll start there.
Kickoff.
We'll start there and we'll build. It'll be like a little revolution of the West Coast. We're coming in hot. We're coming in high. We're coming in every single morning from 7 to 9 a.m. starting January 15th. Nothing will change on this podcast. It'll get better, actually, because Sirius is going to pull guests. I appreciate you all. I hope your life is beautiful. Hey, at Ty Schmidt.
Yeah.
At Evan Foxy.
Sup?
At Sean Latham.
Yo.
At Tactical Diggs.
What's Gucci?
One syllable.
He had three people to think about what his answer was going to be for that. And he went with, what's Gucci? I like that, cuz.
Thanks, man.
Stay Gucci. Hit the music.
And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. He was a high school All-American, a college All-American. He was All-Pro in the NFL, but the thing that he's most proud of is during his show in Muncie, Indiana, he made a woman in the crowd laugh so hard, she shit her pants. Ladies and gentlemen, Pat McAfee!
Hello. It is cold as a motherfucker outside. It is emergency season.
Fuck yeah, it is.
This is no free ads because emergency has not got on board, but I think what emergency has done with my life the past 10 years or so, they deserve that shout out. Diggs walked in here with a full bottle of emergency about to take it right to the face.
1 in the morning, 1 before bed. I think it keeps the disease away.
That's a doctor.
That's what they say.
Doctor a day, they say. Emergency a day. I don't like the taste of it. I take it down like a shot of tequila, but you guys say that there's new flavors.
This raspberry is pretty solid.
I don't mind that.
I like that. I hope everybody's holiday season was incredible. I got a dirt bike for Christmas. Probably going to die soon.
Wait, what?
Yep. Think about it.
When are we going to build ramps?
Soon.
Dirt fucking ramps.
I think everybody knows how I operate. If I get just in the thought in my mind that I can do a backflip on that, we'll be building a ramp the next day. Just in my mind. If
We should also probably get one of those little, just to practice, a little
the foam
tub
bit.
of foam cubes.
Yeah.
Travis Pastrana, friend of the show here. Friend of the show here, Travis Pastrana. We need one of his. I thought about that, by the way.
The foam pit?
Yeah, last night I couldn't sleep because I was so excited to get back into work with you guys, by the way. I missed your faces. I've been excited, so I've been thinking about a lot of things with my dirt bike now that this is available. It seems like a process that would be very annoying. So you flip your bike into the foam pit.
Cranes.
You got to have a crane that takes it all the way. You got to have 2 bikes. I got to get another dirt bike because you
just leave one in there?
No, you take that one out, and while that one's getting taken out, you're taking your next one in. So it's like a cycle. If I really want to practice, I need another dirt bike. That's what I've decided.
Or 2 or 3 foam pits.
Well, then you still got to get it out.
No, I'm saying get another bike and get 2 or 3 foam pits.
Maybe 3 bikes, 3 foam pits. Now we're doing something, Diggs. Not a bad idea there.
Did you ride it yet?
No, so cold. It is so cold in America.
3 degrees today.
We're getting some of the Arctic air, I guess. So there's something
It's
going
the,
on.
Polar vortex. Pal.
Yeah, polar vortex. There it is.
Little polar vortex
Weather
for
guy.
your ass.
Weather guy. I'll be the weather guy on our...
A serious show?
Yeah.
Dude, I've been a part of a polar vortex before. It was like 5-6 years ago. My entire front lawn was frozen.
Ty has the polar vortex on the phone right now. Ty, you got the polar vortex on the phone?
Yeah, what does the polar vortex sound like? I'm excited to hear that.
Hey guys, it's me, the polar vortex. Yeah, I just decided fucking it's getting a little lonely up there. I want to come down here, see if you guys can handle it.
Hey, Mr. Polar Vortex, a lot of people put a lot of respect on the names of other disasters, natural disasters, hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes, fires, these things. But I think when you come to town, you have the capabilities of literally like demobilizing an entire city. And it just, whenever you came to town, this is your polar vortex. Whenever you came to town 5-6 years ago, the entire city stopped. Everybody, the front yards were frozen. Is that like a goal of yours or what?
It was 100% my goal. Look, here's what I did. I'm up there doing my thing. People are always worried about other things. They don't know what I can do. And I'm like, I'll fuck these people up, right? So I hold on for a while. Then I show up. I'm like, yo, it's your boy, the big homie fucking polar vortex. I got a V in my name. I got an X in my name. I'm a polar. That's fucking beast mode right there. I come in, you fucks can't handle me. Next thing you know, you're buying these new high technology hoodies.
How do you feel about polar bears? There's a question.
We're friends. I mean, we're the polar family.
What's your relation to Old Man Winter?
Hey, listen, you want to take your fucking fairy tales and scram.
How about Mother Nature?
I'm the real thing. Listen,
you ever have sex with Mother Nature? Has Polar Vortex ever gave it to Mother Nature?
Well, she's dating Father fucking Winter or whatever he said. All right, let me tell you something. I swooped down. I'm
Father
like,
Time and Old Man
Canada
Winter.
doesn't even notice me.
What?
But Canada don't notice me.
Because you've been around so much.
Yeah, they're closer.
Yeah.
I come down here, you motherfuckers, it was 50 degrees here 2 weeks ago. A week ago, I swoop in, the whole fucking town's slipping and sliding around, insurance rates going through the roof, and that's what I like.
Is that like something you take a lot of pride in? Is just ruining an entire city's atmosphere?
Oh, 100%. You guys, I saw a fucking guy on a motorcycle down last week. I'm like, I'm going. I've left. I've not been there long enough. I'm showing up.
So you are just here to keep the Four Seasons in check.
Yeah, but I'm a vortex. I'm going to swoop back around. I'm a cycle. It's energy.
Like a ring.
Yeah, like a vortex. What the fuck? That's what the fuck it is. Google it. Google me. Wikipedia me. Wikipedia me.
How long are you staying for, you think?
I don't know. Come and go. That's just how I feel.
You stick and move type of guy.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I might head down south a little bit. Fuck them up some. I'll swoop back up, maybe go around the Carolinas. They're a little excited right now because Cam's playing a little bit better at the end of the season. But guess what? You better be able to fucking throw when I show up.
Polar Vortex, you're a football fan? I didn't know that. Is Lambeau Field your favorite place to show up at? It seems as if in the history of football that you like going to Lambeau. Are you like Green Bay?
I mean, I'll swoop through Green Bay, but that's fucking cold there already. I mean, I don't have as big of effect as I do here. Like I gotta really hit the gaps in this part of the country because look, Minnesota, they can fucking play in a double down vortex, which I only do that every 10 to 20 on top of every 4.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, but otherwise, I mean, you understand, Indiana, you guys are fucked. I show up, this whole fucking town's in disarray.
JJ Watt gave a shout out to you just a week ago whenever there was snow flying in Houston. Was that your work or
He's my best friend. We're best friends.
He was excited when you showed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, JJ Watt in Houston was excited when you showed up.
Yeah, he's a real good dude. I mean, I don't mind him. He wants to talk a little shit. We go back and forth in the summer when I'm up there hanging out and not doing shit. Because I don't do shit in the summer.
So you hibernate.
Yeah, but I'm awake though. I got Amazon Video and shit. I gotta rest up. I gotta keep my mind off. It's not fucking hard to fucking polar vortex polarize an entire fucking region.
Mr. Vortex, you sound a lot like Sean Latham right there mid-sentence. Is there something, do you know Sean Latham?
You know, Pat, I will say that guy does kind of sound like me. You goddamn right I sound like you.
All right, thanks, Mr. Vortex.
All right, see you guys later. I'm gonna go fucking freeze some asses off.
Why do you just pop into Atlanta every once in a while and just it seems as if, Mr. Vortex, you go to Atlanta and just shut that city the fuck down. More than Jermaine Dupri ever did.
They have no idea how to handle any cold.
As soon as you show up, Jermaine Dupri, all of them that like think you shut the city down. You got to feel pretty good about that, Mr. Vortex.
Well, you know what? I'm doing the city a favor. Why do you think they dropped the most coldest, hardest fucking rap tracks? Because of me. I freeze their nuts off. Fucking, they go into the studio, and next thing you know, we're fucking a guy called Quimini.
I thought he was saying equipment. It was
fucking Outcast, motherfucker. Outcast. Why do you think all the coldest rap tracks come from there? Because of me.
A lot of people don't remember that right before Quemini was one of the craziest storms in Atlanta history. Is that right?
Yeah. I fucking dumped 9 inches. I dumped 9 inches.
Hold on. Speaking of you, Erie, PA is in a snow emergency after getting 53 inches of snow. Most recorded ever in Pennsylvania is 60 inches in Goldsboro, PA. Most ever recorded in the United States was in Tamarack, California, near the slopes of Sierra Nevada. 451 inches were recorded in March of 1911. So we got 451 51 inches with polar vortex. I don't know what was it. Your dad? 1911. Was it your dad or your grandpa?
That was my grandpa Vortex. That was Grandpa Vortex.
Erie,
It was his anniversary.
Erie, PA, though, with fucking 53 inches. That's wild. What did they do to deserve that, man?
Well, it wasn't their fault. I was just on my way here. I had a piss. I pulled off as a Chick-fil-A. That's what happened.
All right, thanks, Mr. Vortex. I assume you're going to be around for the next couple of weeks. We'll chat with you then. And he's out.
See you, man.
That was Vortex on his way out. Mr. Vortex, pretty nice guy. I guess I understand everybody's got a little hustle.
Nobody gives him any respect. That's what I got from that voice.
Ever.
No
respect.
That's what I got too.
That sounded a little Rod. Is that Rodney Dangerfield? Is Polar Vortex? That's awesome. Big things happen this weekend in the sports world. Diggs, do you have 40 seconds of the NFL goods?
I think I could, off the top of my head, rattle some off.
At Tactical, Diggs is about to give you something he gives you every single Tuesday. It's a one-stop shop for all you need for the NFL. It's a 40 seconds, which is the length of a play clock, if you do recall.
Not after a penalty.
25 seconds. 25 seconds there. Good call, actually. Diggs, 40 seconds.
Yep.
Everything we need to know, beginning in 3, 2, 1.
Colts, Ravens, Vinny from 60 for 500, so close. Vikings, Pack, no Rodgers, no points again. Lions, Bengals, so classic Detroit. Dolphins, Chiefs are back. Bills, Pats, shocker. Pats get a touchdown overturned. Bears, Browns, own 15, living the dream. Panthers, Bucks, Cam has a white son. Falcons, Saints, ass interception season. Broncos, Skins, loud noises. Rams, Titans, Jeff Fisher Bowl was awesome. Chargers, Jets are who we thought they were.
25 seconds.
Jags, Niners, still gorgeous, still undefeated. Hawks, Bucks, hallelujah. Hawks, boys, hallelujah, boys are dead.
8 seconds.
Giants, Cards, nothing. Steelers, Texans, nap time with Nuke. Raiders, Eagles, the knee on the extra point to fuck everyone.
Oh, 9.5, 39 seconds. Incredible job, Tactical
Let's go, Big
Diggs.
Diggs. The big homie Rigatoni.
The big homie. I cannot wait for that. By the way, February 16th, Sean, the big homie Latham, is fighting against an unnamed victim. That's what I'm titling him as. The victim. Sean, the big homie. Chef Sean, the big homie Latham. February 16th, the Massacre in Morgantown, West Virginia. Walking in there, 2 men enter. 1 man leaves victorious with his dick getting sucked that night. And that man will be the big homie. Anyways, let's go back to that. Vinny almost hit that fucking 60-yarder.
Yeah.
Dude.
You think it came from management? Like, he's not going to hit that 60. We don't want to give him that cash. Send him out there.
I think previous front offices would have definitely done that.
Not this one.
I don't think Chris Ballard's going to do that. I think everybody wants Chuck Pagano. Every coach is always, listen, guys. If you got a bonus in your contract, you let me know what it is so we can make sure everybody gets paid. Okay, if you need a touchdown last game, shit, I'll do it. Let's do it. Let's get everybody paid. But that's all fronting just to the players too. I think there's definitely in some situations where that happens. I had a friend of mine get benched because he needed 80% of the snaps like the last 2 games. They just benched out of nowhere, just like, boom, boom. Nope, not playing. Bang, lose your bonus. Yeah, and that's 100% controlled by the front office. This $500,000 thing by Vinny, I don't think he's ever going to do it again. He was not happy about it. Like talking about the bonus. Last year, he didn't like it. We walked out on the field. Jesus Christ, something just got launched. Oh, it was a natural light.
Part of your recycle center back there. You got a little fucking McAfee recycle center going on back there.
I've never been more disappointed in me than when I just looked down and it was an empty natural light. 30 years old.
Living your best life.
And I got natty lights interfering with everything. Last year, it was like the last 2 games, and we had a lot going on. Nobody knew who was going to get fired, what was going to go on. Mm-hmm. The games didn't mean shit. Who knew what was going to happen? And we had this $500,000 bonus just sitting out there like, yep, you got to make every kick from here on out for us to hit this. So every snap was like a fucking, I mean, it's like a super, it's like a fucking super. First quarter, if it's 45-0 other team, like, and we got to go out there and kick, like, this is a fucking, who gives a fuck about this game right now? I got Vinny's kids and his wife and his kids on the line here. Now, granted, he's been in the league for 22 fucking years. He is very wealthy, that motherfucker. He's
gonna be all right.
He's got a beautiful fucking house. But still, it's the point. Like, the reason why that's incentive is in there is because you think you're worth that. They don't think you're worth that. So it's in there as an incentive. Like, well, if that's what you think, then that's it, right? Like Vinny was willing to take a cheaper price for more guaranteed, but they were like, no, you're too old. You don't got it. And they were the worst GM in history. But it was one of those things where it's like, you're trying to prove that you were right and they're trying to prove that you're not. So it was like, everything is more of a mental pain stake than anything. We go out there on the field. It was like fucking locked in, like game winners, every single one. And then he missed one wide right. And I just stood up and we both literally just walked off the field, like just heads up. Not a word was said by anybody. We sat down. I go, that 500 G's would have been nice.
Oh, because of that one miss that it went down the drain?
He couldn't miss the rest of the way out. Could not miss. So we like made. We're on a run. We're like, oh, we're going to get this for sure. Me, Overton, and Vinny, like we just wouldn't even talk about it. It was like almost like the perfect game talk. Like we're definitely going to. We talked about it once whenever it started. It was like, hey, we can't miss again. Then we go on this run. We're like, all right, we got it. We're still cooking. And they miss one wide right. And literally, like, the picture of me, Overton, and Vinny walking off the field at that one, it was just like flat faces, just nothing to be said here. I think Chuck's like, don't worry about it, boys. We don't even look at him. We just walked and we sat down. And I'm like sitting right next to him. And we're just looking forward. It's like a movie. Like still nobody has said anything. We're just sitting there. The other team's probably on like the third down or fourth down. And we're just in there. I'm like, that 500 G's would have been nice though. And then Vinny's like, God damn it. You know, like out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that's it. Then you just move on from it. So it's just like that moment. So he definitely had that moment with Buffalo. He had to do it in a fucking snow globe, and then a fucking blown assignment that got blocked where one guy leaned and he just took advantage of it and blocked his kick. He just got fucked out of 500,000. He's got to be not happy about it.
That's a cool mill. That's a cool mill right there.
The last 2 years? Yeah. But he's
millions a million, man.
It's not about Vinny's money. It's not about the money. It's about just I thought I was worth this amount. They thought I was worth this amount. You know what I mean?
They won.
They won, yeah. And 90%, by the way, is a very high percentage.
I was going to say, he probably likes that pressure, doesn't he? Knowing like, all right, well, fuck it, I can't miss now from here on out.
Well, Vinny, every single kick is like that in his mind. That's why he's been in for 22 years. But like to get 90% is an incredible stat. But just for future, that's an incredible stat. Like if you get 80 to 85%, you'll be in the NFL for a long time. Being 44, 45 years old, having a 90% clause in there, and saying like you can send me out there for 60 yarders, because sometimes you might be able to, anything under 50 yards, we want to be above 90%. Vinny's like, nah, wherever, let's go. And it was just like, God, if he hits that. Did you watch my video?
Yeah, I did.
Dude, I thought he had it.
It looked good.
Bro. He hits from 60 at least last year every day. Like we'd hit from 60 every fucking day. Like this is not new. Let's go. This is our moment.
When it was online, I thought for sure it was in.
Bang. Oh my God, dude. That is so far for a 4-year-old if he just makes that. Like 20-year-old guys can't make it. There's dudes that are young that can't make shit. Kai Forbath would hit the ball to probably maybe the goal line if he attempted that. That ball might land at the goal. It might be like a kickoff almost. But Vinny's out here. Kai Forbath, accurate kicker. That's why he's still in the NFL. Everybody knows he has a baby leg, though. I'm not saying anything. I'm not taking shots at anybody. I mean, I kind of am. Pop. I guess I kind of am.
Little drive-by in a nice car.
He's a nice guy. He's a good kicker. He's just got a baby leg.
He said he was super accurate. So.
Yeah, he's super accurate.
He's a Chad Pennington of kickers.
Yeah, Matt Ryan. Doesn't have a strong arm. You know that? I watch him throw a fucking Hail Mary against us at the end of the game.
Didn't go very far.
It looked like Andrew Luck the first time he practiced after he signed his big contract, and they're just throwing his 5-yard little duds. I'm like, what? Turns out he needed surgery for that. I did not know that. It turns out he needed surgery. James Harrison released by Steelers, signed by Patriots. What a fucking move. What a move, Diggs. How do you Diggs is at Tactical Diggs, and I went to the same high school, grew up on the same street. Now, granted, he's up the hill from me. He lives up on top of the hill. A little bougie up there on top of the hill.
Yeah. Don't come up on top of the
hill
without
permission. They got their basements finished up there. I don't remember that. You had a great basement.
Yeah, it was a great basement.
You had a great and your backyard was incredible.
Mm-hmm. We lived.
You had a good setup over there.
We lived.
Yeah, you had a great setup.
On Old Hialeah Drive.
But you're a diehard Pittsburgh Steelers fan. Your dad. He's got a yellow and black Corvette. No way. I'm telling you, dude, like Pittsburgh, it is a religion, man. It really is. The NFL Films put together this Yinzer tribute video, almost like Steeler fans. And it's true, like that city. Here's Boswell, speaking of, right on cue. Cuz.
What's up, boss?
Hey, I'm recording. I'm in the middle of my show right now. Congrats on the Pro Bowl.
I appreciate it. FaceTime me later.
All right, you got it. I texted that to Vinny. He's going to hit you up.
All right, cool.
Hey, that's cool shit, the Pro Bowl, man.
I appreciate it.
You only hit like 3 or 4 game winners on national TV, motherfucker.
Yeah, only.
All right, I'll talk to you later. Hilarious. In Pittsburgh, though, it's like a religion. It really is.
I love that man,
Everybody's
by
a diehard. Who, Boswell?
Yeah.
Just a cool motherfucker, by the way. He's just a cool. Pittsburgh has to love him.
Yeah.
Because Jeff Reed, back in the day,
They added him to the Killer Bees. They put him on the Killer Bee list.
as they should, the motherfucker doesn't miss, dude. And he strokes it. It's not like they're close to missing either. It is nutted really far for a really long time. I'm happy for him. And he's a friend of the show. Friend of the
good.
show.
It's
This
good.
is what he said. This is the text that he's following up that FaceTime with right there. He sent me this text this morning. Hey, boss, send Vinatieri a text from me and tell him thank you very much for the jersey. I have no idea what he's going to do with mine. Probably put it on his dog or something.
Oh my god. Yo, fucking Vinatieri's dog running around with a fucking Boswell jersey
A
on.
Pro Bowler's signed jersey. Vinny's got a good dog. And it's a big one, too. I mean, that is awesome. That's awesome. Anyways, as a diehard Steelers fan, Pittsburgh, it's just like that. I was a fan of players, by the way, because I watched my dad just fucking live or die with this team that he had no control over. I'm like, yo, Dad, wasting a lot of energy right now throwing that remote, cuz. But at Tactical Digs, how do you feel about James Harrison going to the Patriots?
I didn't really care. Like, he's 40 years old and played 40 snaps this year. He can't really rush that great. He could set the edge like a motherfucker because he's strong as fuck.
They got this sitting on the sideline.
But
Isn't that his quote from that?
yes, it started bothering me when people were like, "Yo, the Steelers are fucked now. Like, him joining is going to make any difference." Like they were like, "Well, he's going to have all the plays now." And I was like, "Well, Belichick already knows all the fucking plays.
Yeah.
He's got 16 games of film. They've played each other twice in the last year. They run zone on every fucking play on defense. They know the plays."
Well, and then Do Your Job Part 2, they talked about how Julio Jones wasn't cutting as hard on his routes to the right or something like that, so they knew his foot was injured. To say that James Harrison's going to be able to teach Belichick or that mastermind assembly of humans up there, I think that's very basic to think about. But I think James Harrison could talk about tendencies that they can't see.
There
on
was a
film.
guy who tweeted like
Special situations pop up. So like if it's like if it's a do or die last play scenario with this, like he might know the exotic blitz that they have.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
So and there was also a guy who tweeted out like he'll tell Belichick what the Steelers are like what is their main worry when they play the Patriots? Like who are they most worried about? And stuff like that.
Yeah, that's like intel
Like
you can't
how
get.
does Tomlin? How do they prepare? How are they preparing for us? Like
Yep.
not the playbook, but like how are they preparing for us?
Chuck Pagano, whenever he first got to us, one of his first meetings, he was like, listen, when we were in Baltimore, we were scared to death of the speed off of the edges. Robert Mathis, Dwight Freeney, you scared the shit out of the offensive coordinators. It's literally all they thought about all single day and night that week was Dwight Freeney, Robert Mathis. And he was like, so for you, that's what you need to know, is that they are scared shitless of you. So that's a big fucking deal. So like those types of things, I think that's a big deal, you know?
Do you know when teams sign players from other teams? Do they actually ask about the other teams? Like,
So I'll ask. So when we would sign somebody like a linebacker or something from another team, if like the return team would have a call, right? So their special teams guy would have a signal and a call for which way their return's going to be. So you could just, if we could just watch that guy, we knew which way they were going to return it. We would just kick the ball to that side so they wouldn't have a wall on the opposite side, if that makes sense. So like you always want to punt to the side of the return so they can't set up the wall across the field, which fucks everybody. So like if we saw a team that like, for instance, did something with their hands and I asked, I'll be like, oh, I want to go this, I want to go Liz with it. I want to go left with this. I want to go left with this bad. So that was like something we did do. So like I think other players also pick up intel off the player because the NFL is a gigantic game of chess at all times. Everybody's trying to one-up everybody else, and it's just I think it's a good move by the Patriots, man. This is another good move by the Patriots.
you see the first thing he did when he got there?
Took a picture with Tom Brady?
Yeah. that
Good idea.
motherfucker.
Teammates, you know how long you're unbeater? I'm getting a selfie with Tom Brady immediately. What's up, Todd?
What do you think about people burning his jersey though? Like that's bullshit, right?
They literally only do that for fucking retweets and
Right,
fucking
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean,
No one actually. I don't think anyone actually gives a. Like,
I haven't seen. I thought it, but then we're like, no.
yeah,
You were like,
Dave,
no.
Dave tweeted a video like, "Can't believe they're burning videos," and it was a guy who faked burned it and then said a letter on it that said, "I can't believe the Steelers released you."
Yeah. Yeah, Dave got, and then Dave had to rewrite another tweet about how he took so much time to craft that tweet, and it's classic Dave move, but it's also the classic guy who made the videos move. That's the only reason they make those videos. All ages. Like whether you're a dad, you think you're going to be cool by making this video and getting on the internet, and if you're a kid, you're just trying to get on Barstool. That's all you're trying to do. You're just trying to get on Barstool.
Yeah, I hate when people do that.
Yeah, because dude, that's an expensive jersey, bro. Hey. That was way overpriced.
tackle twill.
Hey, that LeBron James burning, like they burned probably
That's
$1
when it
billion
started.
worth of jerseys.
That's when it started.
They probably burned $1 billion worth of jerseys, which is, in my mind, just mind blowing. And I've spent bad money. I got a barn of bad decisions, a bad
Just
financial
added another one
decision.
to it for Christmas.
Yeah, I got a dirt bike. Yeah, a dirt bike.
Now, is there anything in him that he would like? No, you know what? I'm not gonna say. I'm not like. Would he? Is
so
there any
interesting.
moral?
Like for me, right? For me, I wasn't when I was going up for after I got franchise tagged and then my contract. I was either going to retire or play for the Colts for me because my setup that I had here in Indiana was too nice for me to just leave it. I'm like, I think my post football career is too pretty right here for me to leave anywhere. So I'll just focus on that. And at that point, I was already thinking about I was already enjoying life with doing Bob and Tom and tweeting at a pretty rapid rate, which actually came back against me in the negotiations, believe it or not.
Believe it or not, huh?
You tweet a couple stories that some people don't find funny, and boy, a relationship just gets burned quickly. A guy that's doing the negotiations.
So how's it work when you go in there? Is it just you and who?
It's like your agent talks to a guy that they hired that the team has. It's like the team council. And then the team council talks to the GM, and then the agents talk to each other. So, I'm getting a message from 4 parties.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so you're not sitting face to face with Grigson or anything
No,
or you weren't?
I wasn't in there. No, I wasn't even. I don't even think because Grigson wasn't even in there. It's like council and council. It's just like
It gets too emotional in that situation.
Yeah, because you're talking about humans now, right? So it's not like people can. You watch Pawn Stars and you're watching people barter about actual things, right?
Fuck that show, by the way.
You hate it.
That fucking bald dude just robbing everybody blind. Meanwhile, the
Robbing.
American picker guys are going out in the fucking barn, digging the shit up and giving them fair price.
I went on 100. I feel like they are fair.
Pawn Stars ladies sit their fat asses right there and go, I don't know, we already have too many dinosaur eggs in here.
That place.
I'm sorry, I can only give you $20 for that live pterodactyl egg. I'm sorry, it's all I can do.
It's a select market. I got to clear some shelf space.
Yeah.
They
I
said
got 2 brontosaurus eggs back there I can't get rid of now.
Dude, they had all the excuses.
The American Pickers place is in Iowa, and the showroom, all the stuff is so expensive though.
I bet.
It's ridiculous.
Well, they went out there and earned it.
Yeah, they fucking
But they are trying to fuck over whoever's trying to buy it. So that's an interesting who's fucking over who there.
Well, I don't think no one's getting fucked over because they have to drive 500 miles, dig through some shit.
And I would drive 500 miles, and I would drive 500 miles to be the pickers who get the things from Humpton Walk. 500 more. Da, da, da. That's a good song, man.
But,
500 miles, by the way. It's a long way to walk.
Yeah.
Anyways. Pawn Stars, I did 150 episode binge one training camp.
Yikes.
Just 150 straight. I was all in.
Chumley's my dude, though.
Bro, Chumley got caught up in some hilarious shit post stardom, but I think Chumley was awesome back when he was fat, when he was real big, and then the old man was good there for a few episodes.
Yeah,
I enjoyed that show a lot, but boy, you do start feeling bad towards probably episode 50 to 60. You start catching on. You're like, oh.
Same bullshit excuse for everybody.
Oh, I got that one. We just got it for $25. We probably sell that thing for $400.
Yeah.
So I got to pay people to keep the lights on,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're saying you're in the negotiation that the people are just going back and forth hard, but with your life, not a fucking guitar signed by Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a human, So it's it could get, and I think I would take things personally. I would.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah, I would for sure because I feel like disrespectful. Like, oh, is that how you feel? Okay, then I'm going to tell you how I feel about you. Then are we doing that? Well, my contract's not up for negotiation. Well, this seems like a one-way street. This seems like a one. So it's like a very interesting thing, and yeah, it didn't. It's a weird because they're talking. First initial thing, what do you always do? You knock the product, right? Even in Pawn Stores. First thing you do, there's a couple scratches on
look
there.
at this thing.
If this thing wasn't cleaned, it'd be worth a lot. You cleaned it, so you took like the protective layer around the coating around it, so you shouldn't have done that. This is there a certificate of authenticity? No.
That knocks the value down
Probably
right
10,
there.
$15. I mean, I got an autograph expert who could say if this is or not, but if you don't have that piece of paper that you could have just printed out before walking in here, I can't do that.
I saw him trying to rob some dude that had
and then when you talk to NFL players, though, you're talking about like, okay, you had like 4 drops though, and like pretty big game.
He's a liability.
You send out a lot of tweets. You're active. You don't focus as much as everybody else does. I'm like, well, all those are lies though. Just because I lay in bed and tweet, like telling my agent to tell their people that when I lay in bed and tweet is a lot better than like going out or doing anything else. Like, I think that's such a hilarious part of negotiation, by the way. Like, okay, he said what? He said you tweet. I'm like, oh, well, tell him this then. Well, tell him that when I lay down and tweet, there's no harm to anybody. Tell him that. And he, okay, you got it. So he goes and tells him that. And then imagine that guy having to tell Grigson.
Oh, man.
Pat said whenever he tweets, he lays down.
Well, you got to tell his counsel, and his counsel tells him.
Yes, exactly. So it's like it's a game of telephone.
I'd like to be a little fly in the wall between the two counsels, like theirs and yours. Like the inside talk between them, because you guys are variables for them on some manner.
For them, they're just for my agent that I had. He's got other clients. He can sign to a much bigger deal to the Colts. So there's real barter happening in there. We can get Pat to sign for this amount of money. We'll tell him it's a good deal. We'll say yes if you sign this guy to this deal, though. That happens all the time. I bet all the time. That's why I hate agents.
That's what happens with comedians too.
I've only fired like 5 of them.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, man, get your fucking work done, bro. I got 250,000 followers. You can get me some sort of ad something here in town, can't you? You can give me some sort of something. Oh, yeah, I'm going to work my tail off for it. Okay.
Yeah.
What that means is, get fucked. You signed your football deal. That's where we're going to make all our money. We ain't going to do shit for you. We got Odell Beckham Jr. on the clock who's making $20 million. We got Eli Manning, Andrew Luck. We got those guys who are making, they pay us roughly $7-8 million a year combined. You're a good 150, 250,000. So, I mean, I think we'll work our dicks off for you. For sure. That's how the business goes, though.
Fuck yeah.
And anytime a player fires an agent, the player looks bad, right? They're like, oh, that guy's a bad guy. No, maybe they just wants the guy to work a little bit harder since he's just making money off of him, just stealing out of his pocket. It's a business decision, not a personal decision. Wow. That was deep.
Whoa.
That was deep, man.
Drop a little yoga track.
It always comes out, though. It always comes out that the player's a bad person whenever he fires his agent. Like, oh, this guy's a big risk, red flag. He's already been through 2 agents. He's already realized that agents are going to fuck him over. It seems like that should be a smart. This is a plus. Is this a plus, or do we know the root of the situation?
That just seems like agents just trying to fucking. Well, we better make sure everybody knows that all of us are amazing. Oh. Every last one of us is amazing.
So the NFLPA has this rule, and it's a dumb rule that other agencies aren't allowed to scout or recruit players with other agents. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you could be trapped and have no idea that you're in a bad agent. Like if Drew Rosenhaus wants to take me to dinner and give me a lobster and a steak because he's in Indianapolis and he wants me as one of his clients, like I should be able to do that no matter who my agent is.
That's business.
Like that's on you for not being. Why don't you come do? You know what? Why don't you fly to Indianapolis on this specific night and get me that dinner? Like, why is this not happening? You know, I had to fire an agent so that I could do that, by the way. I had to fire an agent so I could meet with Drew Rosenhaus. I had to do that, for real. I had to get rid of one because the NFLPA says you can't talk to 2 agents at the same time just so I could go meet with Drew. And Drew is like a super cool dude, but he's got huge clients, and I am literally the bottom of his shoe when it comes to upsize because the punter's contract can only be so much. He's signing $100 million deals. It's like
you would think he's got lower people in his organization though who are trying to fucking prove themselves. So he would assign just to you.
That's why Drew is Drew though. Drew texted me every single day of his life. Every single day, I get a text from Drew Rosenhaus. Ask me how I'm doing, how's things. Quick conversation.
I bet you he has a fucking schedule for all of his clients that says text them right now.
That's what I'm saying. I think that is what happens. But Drew is the guy, though. Like, I don't think he has him and I think his brother did it. But they're like they are a hardworking group. But for me, I was so small to them. So the business decision, like me firing Drew Rosenhaus, technically is the way it looks. But I fired him because, like, business-wise, I was such fucking small potatoes to him.
No, he was on the show. You guys are still tight.
Still tight. Like him a lot. He completely because he's a businessman. He completely understood it. It was like a cool friend of the show.
Yeah,
Drew Rosenhaus.
Friend of the show.
Called in from a Bluetooth in the back of a limo. Do you remember that?
That was early on, man.
That was early on. We didn't even have a studio.
Episode 2 or 3, maybe.
Yeah, we were homeless. Fucking Drew Rosenhaus calls in. Yeah, we were nothing then. And Drew was like, "Yeah, I'll call in whatever you want." I'm like, my man. Then he gave us a list of guys that were about to get drafted.
It was just when AB signed his deal. He just signed that Antonio Brown deal.
Yeah, which
For
never
$40
happens.
million or
Which
whatever
never
the fuck.
happens with the Steelers. They don't sign people to gigantic contracts like that. Drew Rosenhaus just comes in. Yeah, we both sides wanted a deal. I just had to go in there. He's a smooth talker. He's a good guy. I like him. He didn't fuck me over ever, but I like him. Lana Collins says Eli Apple is a team cancer. This is deep shit.
He's only a rookie.
So his mom, right, is on ESPN.
Who?
Eli Apple's
He's
mom.
a corner from Ohio State. They drafted him this year.
She did something awesome around the draft time. You might remember what that was. Do you remember what Eli Apple's mom did around?
Some mom shit.
Her tweets were going viral. I remember that. I think she was writing like a guest column for SI too.
Yeah.
She did something initially, though, that was big. I forget what it was.
The first thing that came up, you're an unemployed college dropout. You will not be on TV with a Rolex. That's the first.
Yeah, it was about his jewelry. So the first thing she did that made her a big deal, she went viral with this, was she talked about how her son wasn't going to just fucking flex at the giraffe, like with Rolex and all this jewelry. And like everybody loved it. They were like, oh, that's an awesome, because it is. That's a really cool move. And she went viral, right? And Eli Apple's like a corner. Is he having a bad year?
And then she tweeted, praying for all the thirsty girls sliding in new NFL rookies DMs with heavy booty and cleavage action pics. Only Jesus can quench your thirst.
Yo, it's incredible. Going with Jesus, guys?
Only Jesus can quench your thirst. That's a good one.
No, I think he's having just an average year for a first round pick, but he was tweeting shit about other players and stuff like that.
Like what? Why did Landon Collins call him a cancer?
Do you know, Ty?
Well, the article I read last night had a lot to do with his relationship with his mom. That
really,
yeah. So like it wasn't very flattering towards her. The gist of it was that his stepdad and him were really close, and he's always been like his coach and like kind of mentor and stuff like that. And after he got sick around minicamp this year, his mom spent time at the hospital with him and kind of like excommunicated the rest of his family. And they said, like, it's just been, like, night and day changes in his personality since then.
What's going on? What? Eli Apple and his mom are a team that is hated?
Pretty much, yeah. His stepdad essentially said, yeah, I haven't talked to him since then. They used to talk, like, every single day.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, this is, like, deep.
He also retweeted a post praising Dallas's running back Rod Smith for his 81-yard touchdown catch that put the game out of reach against the Giants when he was inactive.
Oh, you can't do that. That looks bad. That looks really bad.
Yeah.
That looks really bad. Guys talking about other guys not doing their job well, like T.Y. Hilton, like accidentally said earlier this year,
O-line.
was taking like so much, that was taking a lot of heat. But really, I mean, he shouldn't have done it publicly, but somebody should hold people accountable. I mean, that's something that should happen. That's something that happens in the pro level. Like, hey, if there isn't any self-accountability happening where somebody's like, I fucked up, like, which everybody feels. But there's those conversations that are like, hey, like, if you guys would do better, it'd be better for everybody. Like, we understand you guys are going through some shit, but let's get better. You know, like that type of thing. But retweeting the other team beating your team is going to be a shot around the locker room. That's tough to walk into the workplace there.
Yeah.
That's tough to walk into the workplace.
Did he go to college with that guy or something?
I assume they're boys.
But still,
I assume they're boys.
Text his ass or something.
But that's a big deal now, right? Because now, like, we get it, you're loyal to your squad, but like, bro,
You got a new squad.
like, we're paying you for like our loyalty. You know, like, hey, man, like,
You shoot him a text or a FaceTime, bro.
that is tough.
Don't be fucking retweeting.
I'm sure it'll be like it could be explained, like it would be talked about in like maybe at lunch or something, like at a table, or a conversation would happen where people, I didn't mean to do that. He's just like my boy. I didn't mean, and people would be like, no big deal. But if Landon Collins is saying this, I'm assuming there's just some real beef happening behind closed doors. You don't just say that for no reason, because there's going to be follow-up questions. It.
It's the worst thing you'd be called in a locker room, right?
Cancer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not good. Not good at all. That's not a good thing.
I know everyone else had issues with it too, but they were saying he was really vocal about McAdoo and Mara and all that kind of stuff too, and like everyone else kind of felt it, but he was actually like very, very vocal about how bad both they were. Eli Apple was
as a rookie.
Yeah.
Really? Eli Apple as a rookie was talking shit about the head coach?
That's what this article made it out to see. Yeah.
Wow. Now that's aggressive.
Hey, get to year 2, bro, before you start opening your mouth.
Seriously.
What a funny thing, because you don't even know the business side of things at that point. You think because you've been through one negotiation that was slotted before you even came to the NFL. But until the business gets real, like whenever things start really happening and you start watching people get cut for like business reasons. Like I thought I knew a lot about the NFL after my first year. We went undefeated, played in the Super Bowl, and we lost it. Fucking Drew Brees. Boiler up. But you don't know shit until like year 4 or 5. It's one of those things like with typical shit that's like, you don't know. You don't have a fucking idea, bro. You don't have a clue about anything until you watch a guy, until you eat lunch with a guy, and then you never see him again. You eat lunch with him, you go in the locker room, maybe he goes and gets a lift, and then he's just gone forever. And you're like, oh, I thought that guy was a good player. Yep, gone. See you later. Oh, why was he cut? Well, because we need to add a safety. And he's the most expensive one. There's other rookies that he can just do his job. I'm like, oh, I thought he's pretty good. Yeah, he's good, but is he that much better than this guy who's $400,000 cheaper?
That's what just happened with James Harrison.
I'm like, well, I guess not. I guess he isn't. We shared a good lunch together, though. Like James Harrison did that with lunch with somebody. It's a wild world. Wild world. David Quisenberry?
Yep.
What's his name?
Yeah, Quisenberry.
David Quisenberry, Texans offensive lineman, made his debut after a 3-year battle with cancer.
Awesome.
Fucking awesome.
Played pretty good, too.
What a fight. What a fighter.
Incredible story. Think about the physical toll it takes to beat cancer. Battle cancer. That's incredible. Good for him. He probably lost so much weight, been through so much stuff, comes back, and now he's NFL level again. That's awesome. Bad game to come back.
Yeah, they didn't do well.
They didn't.
He didn't do terrible, though.
No. And what a fucking feeling of self-accomplishment that has to be. Good for him.
The W or the L doesn't matter, right? It's just like you're out there going to fucking war again. You never thought you'd do it.
So that game was him coming back, which is like a testimony to self-strength, which that was. That's fucking awesome that happened. That's so cool. I remember Chuck Pagano was wearing his jersey, I think, one training camp day. Oh. Because it was like a Texans thing, right? So we're like, oh, what are you doing? He was like, oh, he's battling cancer. I'm like, oh, that's fucking awesome. So it was like the NFL came around him, supported him, and now he's battled back and he's fucking there. That's incredible. That and DeAndre Hopkins making that catch.
Oh, what a catch!
He won the night, right?
Yeah, and then Vince Williams laying with DeAndre when he was laying on the ground.
Yeah, what was that?
I don't know. He just took a nap with him.
What was it? He put his head like right underneath his armpit. Like
DeAndre was laying there like he was doing like he.
Did he score a touchdown?
No, he dropped. It was after he made that sick catch. They went for 2, and he actually dropped it.
Okay,
and he was just laying there, and then Vince Williams came up and just kind of cuddled him.
That's hysterical.
It's okay, little buddy. We got this. Don't worry.
How'd you feel about the Pittsburgh Steelers celebration? Did you see it, Sean?
Which one?
It was a snowball fight from
So
Elf.
he did the Elf snowball fight. Old buddy dove. Juju Smith-Schuster.
He's a fun guy.
He is good for the league. Dude's funny. Dude has personality. Has a little spunk, Sean, they say. He has spunk. He's got it. He's funny. And he's good at football.
Youngest guy in the league.
Good at football, youngest guy in the league, and he's hilarious on social media. He gets it. And he has a team that shoots him and stuff, so he gets it. And he went to USC, right? So he probably has some very talented people shooting him. He gets it. Good for him. He might be the first 100. He might make $100 million before a lot of other people just because of what he's going to be able to do on the internet. He's got watch full video here on his YouTube in the middle of the season. going on right now.
He's got. Yeah, he gets it.
Yeah, he's got it. He's got a team of people shooting stuff, editing stuff, putting stuff out. He's got a business like ours in the middle of an NFL season that he's really good at. That's incredible.
What are they doing in Pittsburgh to get just that? Every receiver is just amazing now that comes through there.
Eli Rogers, too, looks a lot like AB. The way he holds the
same
ball.
body and stuff.
And the way he runs, like whenever they punted to him, because I've been at punter and I've seen Antonio Brown back there. Boy, man. Into return, number 84, Antonio Brown. The fuck are you doing? The entire crowd is losing their shit. You know what I mean?
Did you see him waddling up his driveway?
Oh, yeah. Fucking waddle with the ball. Yeah.
That was the most charismatic waddle I've ever
In history.
seen.
The most athletic waddle in history, bro.
And he just had a smile, and he's just like, just fucking, guy, I just want to hang out with him.
I can't wait for the playoffs.
He's
But
incredible.
even Martavius Bryant, like everybody there is just a fucking world-class receiver.
Martavis Bryant, what a freak of a human. What do you run, 4.2 or something? He's 6'8"?
4.3, yeah.
He's an avatar who runs a 4.2. That is
He knows,
outrageous.
and by the way, he knows he's an alien. He has all these T-shirts and stuff with an alien on the front. He knows he's an alien.
Dude. He would have like a 40-plus inch vertical or something.
Yeah, at 6'4".
I mean, he probably could hang on top of the backboard.
Dude, imagine if he's what they say, like if the NBA athletes were to play football, what would happen? But he's tough. He takes hits. Like he takes big hits. I couldn't take the hits that he takes. So he can run faster than me, jump higher than me, catch better than me. And he can, like, he's much tougher than me. Boy. Huh? All men are created equal, huh? That's some real bullshit. Bro. It's incredible. I watched a documentary this weekend about drug trafficking from Mexico into America.
The Dolphins?
No, humans. They have these things that they put on their feet. They put like carpeting on the bottom of their shoes. So they like, put their shoes into bags that have carpeting on the bottom of them. So they leave no tracks in the desert. It's incredible. The chess game between the drug traffickers and the Border Patrol, which is like a team of 5, and then the drug traffickers, they have a lookout way ahead, and then they got like a team of 3 that are just walking them in their backs. They got like 6 kilos each in their backs, just walking it in. It's an awesome game. And the drug traffickers just wait for them to go on break. They're just like, yeah, you're going to go home to your family at some point, and they just wait it out. And
Wait it out. So it's
fucking
almost like
go.
a snowshoe in the desert.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. It's incredible. Speaking right there is a man who was knocked out Fedor in the middle of Madison Square Garden and coming up on February 16th, the same night that Chef Sean, the big homie Latham, gets a win in Morgantown, West Virginia. This man will be walking out of a casino in Connecticut, one step closer to the heavyweight championship of Bellator MMA great Matt Matrione.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
How are you, buddy?
You know, man, I'm fantastic. Yourself, my dude?
Good, I'm good. So the drug traffickers.
Yeah.
So in the desert, they were following footprints. So they wear camo, they paint their bottles of water black, so there's no reflection. It's like just a big game of hide and seek. And the fucking the traffickers are like, yeah, you're gonna go home to your family at some point, and then that's when we're just gonna walk right through. And that's what happens. They just wait it out. And I don't think the Border Patrol knows it, because this one documentary, it's called Dope. Is what's called.
That's been at the top of my Netflix all week.
Really good. So it covers both sides of it. So it covers the Border Patrol agents, the same exact ones that are hunting the same exact group that they're following along with. It's awesome.
Why would the traffickers even agree to do this?
Yeah, it's giving away
Why
all
give
their
away your
shit.
fucking playbook?
Dude, they're filming in the fucking, like, where they grow it at. They got real access.
Dude,
I don't
how do
know
you have the balls to hit somebody up like, hey, can I just film everything you guys do? And they're like, yeah, fuck it.
I saw this other one in that Dope thing where it was, I think it was Chicago. So they're talking about Memorial Day in Chicago. And it's like a lot of people die and get shot, and it's in the West Side. And they are filming both sides, the law enforcement trying to get ready for Memorial Day weekend, and then like the actual killers. Like the guys who are like, yeah, that's what we do. We kill people. Like that, like they followed them and talked to them. I'm like, man, the courage it takes to ask them to do that is incredible. The access that they get is so good. I don't know how they do it.
You know, I'll tell you what, like, out of all that, all I heard was these people have a way to get a hustle all the damn time. And I think to myself, like, if the fit hit the shan, like, most people in the world would probably die because they lost their hustle game.
like
and
what
these
you just
dudes
did.
will always stay on the grind.
Let's
Always.
talk about Fit Hit the Shan. Let's talk about Fit Hit the Shan.
That's what happened?
Yeah. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I didn't know what it was.
That's a calculated move, though. That's an incredible move. Is that a daily use, or is it just a pop in every once in a while?
It is. If it comes up, it is a fit at the Shan.
So you're one of the most intellectually deep humans I've ever chatted with, I think. Listening to you talk to other people, having conversations with you, you're just like this incredibly deep human and smart and intelligent. And you choose to be a human cockfighter, which I think would blow a lot of people's minds. But you got this big ass fucking tournament coming up in Bellator. It's a heavyweight championship run, right?
It is, man. You know what? It was kind of a hard sell on me because after I beat Fedor, my next fight should have been for a title. And so for them to call me out and be like, hey, we want to do this heavyweight tournament, blah, blah, blah. I was like, you know what? It's just cool. That's a great gig, just not for me. So I told them no for a while.
Hey, listen, maybe they can all fight to fight me.
That's exactly what I told them.
Is it like a warrior style tournament?
What, eight fighters, right?
What's that? Warriors
8
like in
fighters.
one day?
No, that's a great movie with Tom Hardy where they do 2 days over
Back to back to
See,
back.
that's a Grand Prix, and that's the way. That's the way, in my opinion, it should be. Right? Like, they should do. If you want to make it really dope, like memorable as all hell, then have the first, because there's 3 rounds.
Stream that shit live the whole time.
There's 8 people, so it's going to be 1 through 4.
Let
4
me
through 8.
commentate it too.
And then what's that? 1 and 2 versus 3 and 4. Right after the winners of the brackets. Have all that in one weekend. Have the madness happen.
Dude.
How long is it now?
It's just a bloodbath too. That's how you market it. This is a bloodbath.
Months.
They're just milking it out, or
That's
what?
they're
Drawing
doing
it out
over the year. And I was like, look, man. So have the first 2 fights, the first 2 rounds in the same weekend. Have that madness go on.
Yeah.
And then from that, then like 3 months later, 4 months later, have the fight. You're not going to lose the excitement of it because that was so crazy. Keep replaying it on.
Everything is
on
about
Paramount or
individual moments.
Yes.
What you have done before means nothing to what you're doing now with the way the digital media is. If you pop off one big weekend run, you're everywhere and you're in the minds of everybody. For instance, if you have a video get 60 million views over a weekend, you're going to be on the topic of a lot of people's minds, regardless whether anybody knows who the fuck you are or not. I mean, that's something that's going to happen. If Bellator has this one weekend where they are the topic of conversation, just strictly them, that could be an entire business turnaround.
Completely.
And I have
Because
another
then,
problem.
From that point, you're leading the industry.
Yeah, for sure.
Why isn't it matched up like they do March Madness? Why are the top guys fighting each other? I mean, why
So let's
the
get through this.
1-2 guys?
Who's all in this? Who's fighting who?
Okay, so
and who's ranked what? Is there a ranking system, or
There's
is
no
it just
ranking in Bellator. It's totally arbitrary. There's no ranking whatsoever.
so it's a couple
Okay.
motherfuckers at the top just picking?
Yeah. Yeah,
I
well,
like that move, by the way.
so-
by Bellator, I like that move by Bellator.
So what it is, it's 4 heavyweights, right? It's myself, Roy Nelson, Frank Mir, and Fedor.
Okay.
Those are only 4 true heavyweights.
All right.
Then on top of that, we have 3 light heavyweights, which is Ryan Bader, who just won the 205 title,
Master.
King Mo or Mo Lawal. I don't really like calling dudes kings. And then
Who'd you get into it? Did you get into it with King?
Rampage Jackson. I got into it with a couple of people. I'm a mouthy jerk off, so like I get into it. And then they have a bloated middleweight, which is Chael Sonnen. But actually, to be totally square, I think Chael's the dark horse in it because Chael's a really solid wrestler and he's asshole enough to stay on people's hips and he won't ever take a punishment because he'll chain wrestle.
So it's going to be a boring fight. It's going to be a boring fight for the
All
spectator.
the light heavyweights will be boring fights. Especially against heavyweights.
You're fighting
Roy Nelson.
And that's going to be a great fight.
Yeah, because actually,
Has his ribs healed up since last time?
Yeah, you
know,
broke his ribs with a shin?
I'm throwing fire on these shins, you know?
Dude, this fucking no. Listen, we got to tell this story. I told this just momentarily before we got on the air about I thought I had a good strong kick. You know, I mean, strongest leg kicking things probably
Of all time.
in the history of the world.
Ever.
124 mile an hour soccer shot. I mean, from a standstill. I don't know if there's anybody.
I don't even think Beckham's not even getting that.
No. There's one guy.
He just
bends it.
There was one guy in Brazil. In the history of kicking soccer balls who got a ball on a volley and it went like 130 miles an hour or something like that. So, I mean.
And you got it from a standstill.
Standstill. Thank
That's
you.
a big conversation.
With a real radar gun, too, not
that's
like a mathematical
That's
equation.
like Andy Roddick going hard on a leg.
I couldn't do that right now at all. No way. Nowhere near it. But I'm just saying at one time I had that.
You tap out. You'd hit the trifecta, though.
I kicked this bag in Matreon's gym where him and Lytle and Sean train at.
That I was holding. It was,
That Diggs was, and I thought I was kicking it strong, right? I was kicking it real strong. Matreon was like, "Oh, you're kicking it so wrong." I'm like, "What do you mean? I'm kicking it with my foot." He's like, "No, you got to kick it with your shin." I'm like, "No." He goes, "Yeah. Here, stand here." And I'm just standing there in the middle of nowhere, tired after a round. And Matreon slaps me with his big left fucking foot, boom, right on the middle of my thigh, slap, and I'm like, oh God. And then he brings in this fucking shin kick, bang, to the middle of my thigh. He's like, you feel the difference? I'm like, yeah. And I was on my knees at that moment. It was a fucking, and you did that, you delivered that to somebody's fucking ribs.
Yeah.
And you just took a human out and you broke his ribs. And then now you're fighting him on February 16th.
I mean, that's just how it's going to go. Like, that's my job. It's what I do. Like you said, I'm a human cockfighter.
You are a human cockfighter.
You know?
How long did you're how old now?
I am 39 years old.
How long will you fight for? You feel good? Do you feel like this is the best you've been fighting in the history of your career?
I feel pretty damn good. I'm spry, brother. I'm spry, but I take really good care of
What does that
myself.
mean?
I'm mobile. Like, my mobility is not affected by anything I do. I don't get punched in the face unless I get paid money for it. So, like, I'm not getting there in the gym going hard just to see how big my balls are, right? Like, I'm very cognizant of what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, and I'm taking a care of myself as well as possible.
Spry, cognizant, couple other words.
Spry's a good one. I like using spry for myself.
Spry, great word.
You know?
Jesus.
I'm spry in bed.
That's definitely a one-syllable word I've never heard in my life.
What? Never in my life. Never in my life. A wiry. I've heard that.
A friend of mine was.
What would you have done if you weren't a fighter?
I would have wanted to be an endocrinologist.
A chinologist?
Endocrinologist.
Endocrinologist.
I don't even think I know what that is.
That's just fucking science of fucking smoking joints and big ass doinks.
It's the systems, how they work together. Like, this throws this system off, this thing counters that. The whole inner workings of the body. It's just absolutely fascinating.
What's it called?
It's called an endocrinologist.
Is it a real major?
Well, it's medical. I've been a doctor.
This guy would have been a doctor, but instead he's standing in the middle of a square or an octagon. You guys have an octagon in Bellator?
No, we're a decagon.
Sorry,
10.
a decagon with a fence around
I
it.
see you, Sean. 10. I see you throw that out there. Like,
Yeah, good stats drop right there.
Hey, you're welcome.
And you just mentally, is it more chess than anything? So is fighting, MMA fighting, UFC, Bellator? Because everybody watches it, they want to see the big knockouts. There is so much calculations happening that I have no idea about, huh? As I assume.
It is 100% a physical chess match. 100%.
So you're setting things up with things. There's a strategy involved. There's like, if I do this, I think he'll do this, so I can do this, like that type of shit.
Yes. But see, the thing is, that's like exactly what you just said. That's paralysis by analysis, because you're thinking so much. That's the reason why in football I used to watch film all the time.
Yeah.
I know what the guy ate for breakfast. I know everything about it. And in fighting, I can't, because there's so many variables that I find myself waiting on the variable that I know, and so I don't react anymore. So I'm paralysis by analysis because I'm just sitting there thinking and analyzing.
I love that.
So for me, I'll turn my brain off and I just let myself be native. And then that works better for me. But my training partners and my coaches watch film, and they get together before practice and they're like, hey, look, we're going to do this. You're going to do this today. This is the curveball you're going to throw him. This is what I'm going to do when we get to this situation, and blah, blah, blah. So I see the variables. I just don't have to think about the variables.
You've seen it all before, been there, done that, but without you even knowing.
Correct.
Yeah. Ignorance is bliss, bro.
It is. Especially when you're in a reactionary position.
So, like doggy style.
Which was basically just sums up counterpunching in general, right?
It is. Yeah, I'm a very aggressive counterpuncher. That's what I am. But that's why I move so much, because I make you awkward. I make you feel uncomfortable. So you feel like in order to defend yourself, since you don't know what's coming, you have to throw a punch offensively. And that's when I counter, I move out of the way. I get you to overextend yourself just for a moment, and I capitalize on that moment.
I played little person football in Plum for 4 weeks. I was pretty good.
Yeah, you were.
Midget football.
You and just a bunch of midgets? Were you all-time QB?
No, like
No, I was his quarterback. He
Diggs
played
was a
wide out.
QB. Yeah.
So you played against midgets.
No, it's like that's the league. It's like Pee Wee or like
Like little kids.
We called it midget.
We
yeah.
were in
Okay.
seventh grade. You were in eighth grade.
Yeah, we were in it was called midget football.
You guys grew up together.
Yeah.
So you're saying this is the flashback.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
But I'm about to tell you this. So that guy said, the coach of that team said something one day out of nowhere that was like hilarious to me, because I played backyard football all the way up until that point and then after that point. So I played for like 4 weeks. He said, every play we're trying to score a touchdown. Right? He was like, there was no situational football for this guy. And I found that funny for me, like in eighth grade. For you, is every punch a fight ender, or is there every moment are you trying to end that fight at every fucking moment, or is it like we can see who, like, what is it?
So I'm going to be a real cocky douchebag here.
Nice.
That every punch for me is a fight ender.
Got it.
It's not whether it's the intent or not. Like, for example, when I knocked out Fedor, I just threw a little baby hook just because I just shoved him off, right? So I just shoved him off and I was squaring back up with him. So just as a little something as a rangefinder, I threw it. But the way I happened to land punches, it hit his chin, turned it off. And that's what it was. So it wasn't a sleeper punch at all.
Hit the switch. Like, hit the switch.
Night.
And so any punch can be that way. Any punch can. So it's not that I don't try, because if I try, that's when you muscle it too much and you get tired.
All right, so Roy Nelson, you fight Roy Nelson February 16th, first round of the Bellator heavyweight tournament.
Yeah. See, that's a tough draw. And I've got the worst draw out of everybody, because Roy is arguably the number 2 guy in Bellator. He's only 1-0, but his track record and what he's done up to this point is fantastic.
Well, who cares then? You guys are the headline. That's all you look at it as, right?
That's right.
Yeah, you're the headliner.
Right.
Yeah, the belt is just going to come in a couple weeks.
That's it.
Or months, that's all.
Just a little bit longer.
If you win that, then you could like fight
Once I win
Rampage.
that.
Yes, once you win that.
Yeah,
you
after
fight
I
like
win that
Rampage
fight.
or someone like that in the other group?
So Rampage is in the
Watch
other
what you
bracket.
say.
I know.
Right?
Hey, watch what you say. By the way.
Like,
don't.
So
There's nobody can stop him.
After
No bouncer at any bar.
No shit.
Nobody anywhere can stop him from anything.
after I beat Roy, then I have to fight the winner of Bader and Mo.
Okay.
And then the other side of the bracket is Rampage and Chael, which goes on January 20th in LA. And then, which I think I have to be out for. So if you guys are going to be out in LA for any reason.
January 20th,
let's
we're
be
there.
friends.
January 20th.
Yeah, we're there.
Shut your face.
Yeah, I think we're out there.
For what?
I got to do no free ads, but I got to do a SeatGeek thing at the MLS something.
Well, come on, let's be friends.
I don't think it's free.
Yeah, they're paying me actually a lot. So I'm going to a SeatGeek thing, the MLS thing. Brought to you by SeatGeek. Buying tickets can be complicated and confusing, but SeatGeek takes care of all of that.
So
Yeah.
wait, so it's better than StubHub?
Yes.
Way better.
Really?
Not even close.
Yeah, it's just
That's really
it's
interesting.
quicker, and they also do the searching. StubHub got so big they completely forgot about the actual customer. SeatGeek is at the right size, and they'll maintain it that they can take care of everybody. So they actually search the tickets to make sure you're getting good ones, not fraudulent ones. There's no catfishing.
That's great. Do they have like a value meter?
Yeah.
So you
Yes.
know, like, hey, look,
Yes.
this is a good spot. This isn't.
Yeah, and you can even put in there how much you want to spend, and they'll find the
And they'll search it
perfect
for you.
tickets, the best tickets for you for anything, any
really
event,
impressive.
any live event. Use promo code PAT to get $10 off your first purchase today with SeatGeek, the greatest place to buy tickets for any live event.
Okay, well, so now that you guys are gonna be out there with SeatGeek,
Yeah.
maybe there's a possibility that that you guys could come accompany me to the fights. I'd love to introduce you to everybody. It'll be a star-studded event. It'll be a huge event.
So we're going to what? Where are we going?
This is Bellator.
Rampage Jackson?
Rampage Jackson versus Chael Sonnen.
There's Chael Sonnen?
There's 3 title fights on this card, I believe. January 20th.
and we're going to be there?
Yeah.
Okay, good for us.
Look at us go.
Look at us, cuzzo.
So we're going
to the fights.
We'll have
Human
It'll
cockfighting.
be
Listen, I'm not going to dress
You know
too
what I'll
wild
do?
because the loudest dresser in the room is the weakest in the room.
Frank told us that.
Yeah, fuck Frank over.
I'm gonna
Who's
let you
this
guys know
guy
something.
sitting in front of the fucking president?
You know what I think we're going to do? I think we're going to get you guys to be able to walk down the video walk. I want you guys to do the walk. Like the fireworks, the smoke, you walk down, your face is on the billboard behind you guys. Like as you walk out, like the lit up floor.
Will I be able to have a microphone?
We can do whatever.
Yeah, because I've had this
This is
thing
your
happen in my dream.
WWF
Yeah,
promo.
this thing has happened in my dream.
Yeah.
numerous times.
This is where we're at.
Yeah.
This is what we're looking for here. Like,
Los Angeles, California. Earlier today, I went down the Santa Monica Pier. Then I went over to Hermosa Beach, played some volleyball. Walked up to Culver City, said hello to the NFL Network, and tonight I showed up at this arena with the greatest group of humans ready to blow the fucking roof off of this place. Los Angeles, let's fucking go. Then the music hits.
That's
Boom.
it. That's it. That's exactly how it goes.
Yeah.
And you cut it, you drop the mic, walk out there, and like,
Never drop the mic because I got more to say.
For sure.
Also, they cost $2,000.
What's your walkout song?
I got to make it. Because you always want to own the rights to it, so then you can make money off it, for sure.
Yeah, but you want a song that people identify. Though.
Well, you make them identify with it, Matreon. That's what you do.
I'm a Leonard Skinner Simple man.
I know. I heard that.
Yeah.
I heard you in your last fight. It was like one of the most. It was like a calm before the storm. It was kind of eerie as you walked
You know
out.
what I don't
there.
like about it though with Bellator? It's a limited walk, so they actually mix the song. They play the intro riff, and then like they cut into the song other parts. I'm gonna tell them like, hey, don't mess with my song.
Listen, I had this game plan that I was going to walk out from this minute.
That's exactly right.
To this minute.
From the time the riff starts,
Yeah.
like once the other accompanying guitar jumps in, that's when I start my walk. And it was messed up. And I was like, them
Hey, Bellator.
motherfuckers.
Hey, you just fucked it all up.
None of that bull. I'm re-walking, mother trucker.
You had one job, sound guy.
That's it.
That's hilarious.
By the way,
They
a
don't
little-
even ask me anymore
Why
if
Simple
you're
Man?
going to change your song.
Yeah, why Simple Man? So this is like a walk-up song. Like batters have it, pitchers
Yeah.
have it,
Yeah.
fighters obviously have it. It's a what? Wrestlers. And you chose Simple Man for every fight?
I did, yeah, every fight.
That's awesome.
Skinnerd.
Is it like a tribute?
Not the Shine Down or whoever it was. No, I'm Skinnerd, original Skinnerd.
I don't Shine Down. That's that guy. He's really famous. The guy who sings. The guy who sings in Shine Down is very famous. I know
Yeah,
that.
very famous.
I don't know who Shine Down is, but I know of.
Whoever it was, I don't do the cover. I do the original. And why? Just
No
because, like,
gimmicks up in this motherfucker.
I just feel like it should be like,
Why'd you pick Simple Man?
because everybody comes out to some hype song. Like, I don't need help getting hype. I need help calming down. So like, I try to listen to something that's subtle. That like in the back, like we listen, like on the day I fight, right?
Yeah.
We listen to like Ave Maria. We watch the video of Susan Boyle, the chick from Britain's Got Talent.
The singer?
The frumpy lady that comes in and they all clown her and then she fucking smokes it.
Yeah.
I watch that video on the day. Like I watch things that are really subtle.
Really?
Yeah. Because the reason why I watched that, I'll tell you this. So it was a day before, it was a day of my first fight and I had a little bit of anxiety. It was Marcus Jones. Had a little bit of anxiety and my coach must have sent it. Coach Pat with the mustache.
Great mustache, by the way.
Yeah.
Top 5 mustache, probably walking Earth right now.
It's impressive.
Thick.
So, I was laying in bed and he's like, hey, give me your laptop. And I said, okay, sure. So I handed it over to him. He pulled up on YouTube, pulled the video up, the Susan Boyle video, and gave it to me. And he's like, hey, look, this is you're going to be the living embodiment of this video tonight. And gave me the laptop. And I watched it, and like I started to tear up. Like it meant so much to me.
Yeah.
He's like nobody expects you to do well. He's like, you're gonna go out there and you're gonna smoke them. He's like, you're gonna do what you're gonna do. He's like, and then from our lives are gonna be different from that point on.
That is fucking awesome.
Yeah,
That's like a real motivational speech, too,
It
to
was.
a gladiator.
and it was out of nowhere. He had. I don't believe he had any clue that I was anxious at all. And then as soon as I watched that, I was like, I got this.
Because think about how nervous she was, too, probably. And then she
sure.
just went out there and murdered it.
Smoked it. Dude, this lady who lived in a small town couldn't even say the words, like ate a peanut butter sandwich, was so nervous and went out there and just like
Murdered.
it. The whole joint and everybody, and they were like, everybody's laughing at you. Like now, like, you're the shit. Good for her. Go get
That's
yours,
awesome.
girl.
Hey, listen, you go suck that dream's dick, too. Yeah, I heard
And the
what
prayer.
You, yeah, I
And
heard
the
what
prayer.
you Yeah. I asked him, I was like, what happens before the fight, before this Fedor fight? I was like, what happens before this fight? He's like, well, we definitely always watch the Kenny Powers prayer video. I'm like, what is that? He's like,
That's fucking awesome.
you just have to watch it.
How you doing, Kenny?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Well, it's no time for a pep talk. I would like to take a knee here with you and say a prayer. Will you pray with me?
To Jesus?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah.
Dear Jesus, we come to you with gratitude on this evening, with thanks for shepherding this man, Kenny Powers, to a personal victory. The fact that we sit here now with you, Lord, in this clubhouse is proof that Kenneth Powers has successfully sucked his dreams dick, Lord. Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, Jesus, for that.
Kenny sucked. Kenny stroked. Kenny learned how to breathe through his nose while doing it. Kenny found a free finger to touch ass along the way, and that took commitment, Lord. But you and I, Kenneth, know that there is much more to come. The finish line, Jesus.
Hallelujah.
Give him strength of fist to stay among the stroke, that you relax his throat to embrace this bulging opportunity.
Give me strength, fucking Jesus.
Give him strength, Lord Jesus.
Endless strength, fucking Jesus.
It's going to bring a fortified ejaculation. And tonight, for the first time in his own public demonstration in front of you and the world, Jesus.
Super chill, Jesus Christ.
It's come time. And it's up to you, Kenny. Spit or swallow. You know the answer. Thank you, Jesus. Amen.
Fuck yeah, Jesus. Amen.
So that's what you listen to before the fight.
It is the most motivating thing I can listen to.
Suck your dreams, dick, man.
Hey, you gotta have strength of stroke.
Hey, thanks for stopping by, dude. Appreciate
brother.
that. Thanks for letting the chef Sean, the big homie Latham, get some tips for February 16th.
January 20th?
I think we're in, yeah. I think we're in.
And then also, let's not forget about the episode of this. After the two W's come back to Indy.
Yeah.
Two big W's on
That's right,
February
on the same
17th.
day.
Yeah.
On the same day.
16th, right?
How do we do
Yeah.
this?
We're going to have to film a fucking FaceTime.
Yeah.
Just at the post victory.
What are you doing after your fight, after you win your fight in Connecticut?
After I win in Connecticut, I'm probably gonna hang out in the casino. But see, I'll get out late because I'll be the main event and I'll have the press conference
Yeah, you will.
afterwards.
Did you hear that?
So I'll get out late. So I'll probably I'll chill for a little bit, try to get some food, go to sleep, get on the first thing, smoke, and get on home, baby.
Back to Indiana.
Come see my little jerks.
I like your kids.
And then we have a celebration party that night. For
Yeah,
both
I
of
think
you.
we should have a celebration.
We got to go
Saturday
hard.
night.
For both of you.
We got to go hard.
Saturday night, it's February 17th.
I think we have
That's,
to have
right,
a
that's right. It's gonna be on a Saturday. We can go hard anywhere.
Yeah,
we
because the
want.
fight's on the 15th. I mean, the Friday.
16th.
Yeah, but the fight's on a Friday, the 16th.
By the way, we thought it was a Saturday. We're definitely going to come do a stand-up show, but we can't do it on Thursday night because we got fucking Sirius. But we can do Sirius from Morgantown possibly. It put around. We thought for sure the fight was on Saturday.
We were sold.
Dude, I
We
was
had a whole-
looking at venues for Friday.
We had a whole package. We were going to do a show on
You should've.
Friday.
That would have been a great call. I'm glad you guys didn't do that though.
We fucked it up. I mean, that's
So when are you guys
classic.
getting home? Are you guys gonna stay in New York? Are you guys gonna go to
this is
Manhattan?
in
for a day?
Morgantown, West
Morgantown,
Virginia.
I understand, but are you guys gonna go to Manhattan if you're on that side of the country?
I don't know if we'll just pop over. I think
I mean, if you guys are gonna go hard, I'll go hard to Manhattan with
Yeah.
you. Because Connecticut to Manhattan's nothing.
Yeah.
West Virginia to Manhattan's nothing.
Oh, so the 16th party is popping off in the city.
And I got my crew.
On the 17th.
I got my whole team out there.
you should come to Morgantown.
And Barstool's in Manhattan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
it
where
is.
everybody's gonna be in Morgantown though.
How do
You-
I get to Morgantown from Connecticut?
Well, let's
Plane.
figure that out. Yeah, let's.
Okay.
There's a plane company.
So now the show might be back on
Yeah, so the show might be back on.
on Saturday the 17th.
Because I've never been to Morgantown, and I hear they go hard. As a matter of fact, my wrestling coach, Coach Greg, wrestled at West
Yep.
Virginia.
Yeah.
Coach Greg Jones.
Greg Jones.
Greg Jones, my wrestling coach.
Light skinned man.
Yep.
I'm
Hell
friends
of a
with him.
wrestler.
You should tell myself what's up.
Had a tryout for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, you should tell myself what's up. We were
will.
friends in college.
He's a really solid dude.
The older one or younger one?
Older. No, I'm sorry, the younger.
Yeah,
I can't remember the other one's name. Crazy name, though.
Yeah.
Hell of a wrestler, also.
good dudes.
So let's go to West Virginia. Let's go to Morgantown. I'll meet y'all on Saturday.
Burn that motherfucker down.
I'm not making any of these promises. I can't. I got like a job now.
I'm
I
just
have to be an
letting you
adult.
know.
I've only done one thing and one thing only in that city of Morgantown, West Virginia, and there's really not much else to do in there.
You kicked
It's
the
a
football.
Saturday.
I kicked a football, but there was a lot going on. I went that place. You go hard there.
When
There's
were
nothing
you-
else to do
when
but
were you
go
drafted?
hard. Everybody goes hard.
When were you drafted?
09.
What round?
7th, 222. 222. We
Like,
in
whoa.
room 222.
Attaboy. I'm
Yeah.
proud of you.
Thanks, man.
You've done a great job with your life. You know what? You
No,
know what you are? I'll tell you. I'm
I
not
was a
gonna fucking
douche
say it.
there for a while, but man,
Yeah,
I
but
figured it
everybody
all
is.
out.
That's the way it goes. But listen, the point is like, there's very few people that I've ever met that have the ambition and the wherewithal to make a comment to change their life and focus all their energies actually towards that and actually give commitment to it. There are so many people that say they're going to do this or go do that or whatever else, and they never ever do it. It's always like, well, I was waiting on this, waiting on that. And if you are the person that's waiting on the change, you never make the change happen. So for you to be like, you know what, I'm gonna do this. Like the dude who, like the kick, pass and kick when everybody booed you. And you're like, you know what, F these people. I'm
Yeah.
about to get on this joint.
Yeah.
This is about to be my bitch from
Yep,
now on.
yep.
Like that's the moment that changed your life.
Yeah.
And you could have been like, oh, you know, you're distracted, you got arrested, you did this, you did that, whatever else. You had so many variables in the way that you did not let distract you. And I find that as an attractive as quality as humanly possible is because it's the asshole in you.
He just hit me. He just hit on me, by the way.
It's the asshole in you that forces you to be successful.
That's 100% true.
But it's legit, and I'm the same way because I remember telling people forever ago, like I could whoop Brock Lesnar's ass. So fuck
Yeah,
it.
you said that on my show, and I
go-
started getting messages.
I'll go ahead and jump in this thing. Like, and that's the reason why I got into fighting. Like, that's the reason why I actually gave it some kind of thought.
That's awesome. Well, whenever you, thank you for that, by the way. That meant a lot. That's why
Motivation for the new year.
earlier I said you're one of the deepest thinkers I've ever met in my life. And that's just a snidbit of a conversation with Matt Matreon's. Like, he's just a deep thinker, smart guy, monster animal.
Big, heavy hands.
And on the show, he said he was going to beat up Brock Lesnar, and I started getting hate mail from Brock Lesnar fans. And I
How it
want to let
goes.
people know that I did not say I would beat up
We
Brock
were going
Lesnar.
to talk about the Fedor thing.
Yeah, you're getting now Matt Matreon. This is all coming back around, by the way, because Matt is now getting death threats from Russia, right?
Right, for sure. On my children.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Because you knocked out Fedor,
knocked out Fedor.
who's a prince or a royalty in Russia, basically.
And I get them all the time, but I had a family member take over because I hate social media. It's a necessary evil for me.
1,000%. It's a good marketing tool, but it takes up a lot of time that isn't your style.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got
and
it.
so I had a family member do some stuff, and he did, and he started getting them. I forgot to tell him about the messages that come in.
Yeah, from
So he
Russia.
started getting the messages from Russia, and he got pissed. So he posted this video of me knocking out Fedor and me walking off, and it was like, "Merry Christmas, America! Like this is my gift to you."
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
Oh, dude, they lost their shit. They lost
A
their
lot of
minds.
Russian typing under your fucking
Oh,
photos.
dude. And I still get it now. So I was like, look, man, I came up to erase it. There were 37 messages wishing death and horrible things upon my children. So F you. I left it up there for a little while.
You would
Just so
never,
know-
you would never think that the Russians wouldn't be understanding.
Yeah.
You know, I would never think that.
Next level trolls there.
Bro,
It
it's
was
like,
for real. And then I told him, I was like, dude, do what you want. So we started posting all these crazy videos, like a kangaroo jerking off. It's like, this is how I feel with all you trolls. and
yeah,
all
I
you
saw,
Russians.
I saw him start. You guys, yeah, because you're starting to post like viral videos.
Yeah,
and stuff.
for sure.
Yeah, it's a good idea. It's like the working your.
Well, that was him. Obviously, I'm
That's
not.
what I'm saying. You hired
not
a guy.
capable of
I'm
that,
saying you
yeah.
hired a guy to do that, though. That's
Yeah.
smart. That's smart thinking. Get it off of your plate so
That's
you
how it
can
goes.
focus on one thing and one thing only. And that's on February 16th.
Let's go.
Walking into the decathon.
Decacon.
Whoa.
Decagon.
Decagon.
Decagon. Walking into a decagon, 10
Boom.
sides.
10 sides.
With Roy Nelson, a guy that I would assume you two would be good friends if you had to be, but on February 16th, there ain't no friends. There ain't no friends. 2 men enter and a ref. And a ref.
What's fucking Roy Nelson's rib count after this little episode?
These legs are strong. He buckled me. I got a
where's
pretty
it-
good base.
Where's a good place to eat at in Morgantown?
There's a lot of places, man. There's like
Club Z.
Oh my God, dude! I'm telling you, I have a lot of spilt liquor in that town.
So we're gonna do
I've
Morgantown.
spent
today
more.
after
I got out loans in college
You got loans?
just to party. I was on full scholarship to kick, and I didn't want to get.
It wasn't the Pell Grant. You actually took out a loan.
took out a loan. Yeah,
I respect that
Took out
so
a
much.
loan, and I was like, listen.
Like I said, the asshole nature in you made you successful.
If I-
Because you couldn't default on a loan for partying. How are you going to say that?
If I get out of college and I don't make the NFL, everybody else is going to have debts too. That's what I looked at. So we're all on an even playing field.
How much did you take out?
I mean, the first time.
Oh,
I did it
cumulative.
numerous times. Yeah, because there was this website that popped up. They had a great commercial. It was like 2:30 a.m. and they're like, get your money like tomorrow, basically. And they're like, in the fucking percent interest rate was just absurd on it. Yeah, and I did. I did it 3 times.
Yeah? How much cumulative? How much you take out?
It was like 30,000 or something like that.
Tell me you're joking, right?
Yeah, I think it was like 20,000, 25,000, something like that.
The party.
Yeah, yeah. I ended
Why
up having
not,
to pay
baby?
33,000
With the interest.
Yeah,
With
with
the
the
juice on
interest. Yeah, and I just paid it cash, like with after my rookie year.
Hey, let me tell
I
you
never
something.
felt more proud of
If
me.
the
in my
West
life.
Virginia boosters weren't so damn selfish, you wouldn't have to take out a loan and pay 33 G's back.
No, it's bigger than them. It's the NCAA. Listen, it's the NCAA. And I wouldn't have
Hey, did you-
deserved any money.
did
but
you
Pat
ever-
White and Steve Slayton deserved it.
Did
for
you
sure.
ever get a greased palm?
Never,
Never?
never,
Never once.
not a once.
You're such a sandbagging.
I'm being serious. I was not well liked. I wasn't loved there. I wasn't great at my job. I was good. I had a gigantic leg, but I wasn't great. Let's not talk about that. But I scored. I mean, I left there most points in the history of the program.
So
know?
you were a field goal kicker.
Yeah, and punter.
I did not know that you kick field goals.
Yeah, yeah.
So
and kicked
the
off.
stress on your opposite hip is substantially more
Kicking
field goal
off.
kicking. Kicking off.
Kicking off is the worst. So
Yeah.
kicking off is the absolute worst thing for my entire body.
Kicking out of the ground, right?
I thought just like you're running full speed and you're stopping and twisting and planting and jumping. It's a whole nightmare situation.
I thought of this question the other day when I was home.
Yeah.
Do teams prefer their field goal kicker or punter to be the kickoff person? Do they care?
I don't think they care.
Okay,
For
that's all I
the
had.
reason why we did is just so Vinny didn't, because kickoff's the hardest on your legs.
Yeah, yeah.
So we wanted to.
I
rest
just
Vinny.
didn't know. I
So
just
let's
wanted
not
to know.
bullshit here.
Yeah.
Is holding? Did you have to be a holder? Were you ever a holder?
Not in college. I lied right to Bill Polian's face though. He said, "Are you a holder?" I said, "Yeah, I'm good."
Oh, I'm good.
Never in my life.
Never.
I mean, but if other motherfuckers are doing it, I figured I could figure it out. I mean, I can
Dude,
catch
gotta
a
be-
ball.
That would be so stressful for me.
My first year, yeah, my butthole was. I had to hold for a kickoff, like an actual kickoff between Adam Vinatieri and Matt Stover to decide who was going to be our kicker for a fucking Super Bowl run when we were undefeated. I'm gonna shit my pants. I had no idea what I was doing, man. That's for another day. All right, Matt Matreon, February 16th in Connecticut, Bellator. After you watch Rough and Rowdy, go ahead and pop on over and watch motherfucking Matt Matreon knock out Roy Nelson. Hey, Matt, thanks for stopping by.
My pleasure, boys. Thanks.
Roy Nelson, I want to let you know you can knock me out. I know that. Just want everybody to know that.
You can't fuck with meat though.
And nobody can. That's why when he comes in this office, just his fucking world. All right, cheers, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now with his Apple buds in his ear, looking handsome as a motherfucker, all the way from down under to USA Network, a man who's trying to find his American football team, Darren McMullen. All right.
Hey, thanks for having me. You forgot to mention I'm in my pajamas as well.
I didn't know that. It looks like a high fashion pajama if it means anything. Where are you, in America or are you back in Australia?
I'm in my bed in New York. Yeah.
You look...
where all the best business happens, in a man's bed.
All right, so explain this show. It's on USA Network. It's starting January
1st, after WWE wrestling.
Well, by the way, I'm a big fan, so I'm going to watch it probably. But you are a man from Australia who's traveling across America trying to find your team.
I'm actually a man from Scotland who went and lived in Australia for a while, now live in America. But this all kicked off for me as a 7-year-old kid growing up in Scotland, obsessed with NFL football.
All right, so you're a Scottish fella who lived in Australia for a long time, and now USA Network, you have a incredible New York fade right now, by the way.
Clean-ass fade.
Incredible, clean-ass New York.
Thing.
Look at that shit.
Good.
So fresh. And then USA Network picked up a series where it starts January 1st. You are traveling across the country to 5 teams, I believe, trying to find a fan base. I assume you act as a hooligan, who you are probably from Scotland. You just had a great time. What is the USA Network show you're a part of?
As a young kid growing up in Scotland, I was obsessed with NFL football. I had NFL bed sheets, NFL curtains, NFL hats, like all different teams. So like Miami Dolphins sheets, 49ers curtains, Chicago Bears caps, pajamas from Seahawks. You know, I was a messed up little kid, and I couldn't get anyone to play with me. So I asked Santa one year for an American football, and everyone was like, "What the fuck is that? That's not round. I can't play with that. What do we do with that?" So I was quite often seen in my backyard being my own quarterback and wide receiver. Quite a sad existence, really, growing up.
Oh, YouTube would have loved it, though. Little Scottish kid throwing touchdowns to himself. YouTube would have fucking loved that. That would have went viral for sure.
I know, right? So before the internet was invented.
Okay, so you're back in Scotland. You get a football. You fall in love with the game.
Fall in love with the game, and I think probably fell in love with America then at that point, and realized I want to live there one day. Moved to Australia. They didn't really have an affiliation for football either. And then finally, years later, ended up living in America, but in LA, and they didn't have a team. So I'm like, well, for the first time in my life, I can pick a team not based on who my family tells me I have to support, because there's a history there. I don't have to pick a team based on geography. I don't want to pick a team that wins all the time necessarily. I'm more looking for those passionate fans, the ones that bleed the color of their team. So why don't I go on a mission across America and visit all 32 teams, learn about the history, the passion, the superstitions, the rituals, the cities that encapsulates them, the different foods that they eat, and then pick a team that's
fucking awesome. Where all did you go, and what did you find out? Where were some of your favorite places? I assume, because I saw you at Green Bay, I'm assuming you had to have stopped by the Pittsburgh Steelers. I assume you had to have done that, and then you basically just live a life as a fan for a couple of days, and then it's kind of showcased as a reality TV setting.
Yeah, a fanatic. I didn't go to the Steelers, so week 1 we went to what did we do? We did Dallas, Green Bay, Seattle, Giants, Falcons, Philly.
Oh, how was Philly? Did you eat a cheesesteak? Obviously, you ate a cheesesteak. Do you know they?
Yeah, my first ever cheesesteak, and I had it with Vince Papale.
Whoa, dude! Whoa, fucking Vince! He didn't score a touchdown, but what a run that guy had from bartender to superstar.
I know. He was a substitute teacher, bartender. then next thing you know, he's going to a Hollywood premiere being played by Mark Wahlberg. It's insane, isn't it?
Yes. Did you enjoy the cheesesteak?
It was brilliant, and he taught me how to order it in true Philly style. He goes, all right, what you got to get? You got to get American or with cheese. What do you want? Like American. Okay, American. You want with onions or without? I was like, well, with onions. Go. All right, so it's American with. You don't order American with, you get kicked out of here. Sweating as I'm ordering. So that was cool, mate. And as far as passionate fans go, and what I was looking for, I didn't see anyone quite as passionate as the Philadelphia Eagles fans. They're next level.
They're also winning right now. So, I mean, you got a chance to see, like, there's a great hope there for Carson Wentz. There was a time where the Eagles fans were really shunned upon because they threw stuff at Santa. Remember? They threw snowballs at Santa.
Well, Santa wears red, doesn't he? I mean, that's the first mistake. You don't wear foreign colors to the Philadelphia Eagles match. Come on, Santa.
You idiot.
Get a fucking green suit, asshole.
They're Team Grinch for sure. The Eagles are on Team Grinch.
But when I jumped on the train to do the Philly episode, David Letterman sat next to me. Massive beer. I was like, no, fuck it. A huge Letterman fan. Like, no way, that's Dave Letterman. And everyone was like, no, that's not Dave Letterman. And then he had that very famous laugh that you've heard a million times. Like, yeah, it's Letterman. Right.
Did you take a picture? Were you guys filming or was this pre-film?
This was pre-filming.
Oh.
This was pre-filming just on the train on the way there.
Did you talk to him?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, we were wearing, you know those old school English bonnets?
Yeah.
Like the paper boys used to wear. We both had one on. I was like, hey, look at this. We're bringing it back, Dave. He's like, but you're from the right place, aren't you? I am. You stole my style. I'm an old man. I'm meant to wear this. I'm like, yeah, good point. You got me. He's a good guy.
He's living his best life right now.
Oh, yeah. He doesn't give a shit.
Not a single fuck given by David Letterman in a long time.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant. And he's actually free to say all the shit he wanted to say for the last 30 years on TV.
Yep. All right, so you went to Atlanta. Why Atlanta? Just because they were in the Super Bowl last year?
Yeah, I think because they were in the Super Bowl last year.
Who picked the teams? You did?
What's that, sorry?
Who picked the teams? You did or they did?
No, well, actually, when the NFL found out about the show, they wanted to partner with us on it as well. And so the NFL
nice.
were partners. So it's a collaboration, I guess, between USA and myself and the NFL.
How was Green Bay? Did you party in that auto parts store parking lot right across the street?
Yeah. Actually, they know how to party. I gotta be honest. Like, I kind of equate them to the small northern town that nobody gave much respect to until they earned that respect. You know, much like William Wallace in the. That's what we kind of found out there. I think if William Wallace was an American, he'd be a Green Bay Packer fan.
So did you party with them? Because it's USA Network. Now, granted, USA Network makes a push to have great entertainment. I mean, they got the Chrisley Knows Best, which is one of my favorite shows on earth. Everybody knows I watch WWE both Monday and Tuesday nights. Now they got you. What is the level? Do they show you partying, or is it more like a feel-good thing? Like, what is the angle of each? You know what I mean? Are you getting what I'm saying?
Well, for me, yeah, I wanted to be fully interactive fanatic. Like, so I was going into these places wanting, what is the dream fan experience? So am I going to be throwing balls with Dak Prescott in Dallas? Or I'm getting a tour around the whole facility by Charlotte Jones and the Jones family, as well as like all the money can't buy experience. I wanted to see the real salt of the earth fans, the people that just live it and die for these teams week in, week out, the people that spend every waking bit of dollars that they earn to buy tickets or merchandise or collectibles for this team. So we see a lot of interesting characters who have decked out their homes like museums to the Cowboys or the Packers and people that just really, really are passionate about this team. And the big thing for me was in America that's very divided at the moment, I wanted to celebrate the things that bring us together. And there's nothing that does that more for me than football. You know, to be in a stadium with 80,000 strangers who you don't know, and it doesn't matter what sex they are, what religion, what political side of the aisle they're on, you're all in this together and you're enjoying one of the kind of ancient battles of like gladiatorial battles between men, you know.
Gladiatorian!
Freedom!
You're 100% right. And I've always talked about how the football locker room is a picture of what America should be. You got people from Compton playing with people from Greenwich, Connecticut, all coming together for the same goal. And whenever a stadium's filled, that's one city versus another city. Whenever that city's probably been upside down for a long time, everybody forgets about it. That's why NFL Sunday has to be something that's cherished forever, because it's real life. It's a bonding experience for everybody, and I'm happy you got a chance to showcase that with this USA show.
No, I totally did. And very naturally, that stuff kind of came to the surface. In every different city we visited, could be a different country. Like, America is such a diverse and wonderful place.
Like, how do you expect a coal miner in West Virginia and a Cuban who lives in Miami to have the same thoughts on things? It's impossible. We're 50 different countries, for real.
Yeah, I totally. But even there's different countries within the football community. So when I realized I might have a show here was when I went to a New York Giants game in New York in MetLife, and then the week later I went to a Jets game. This is before I created the show, and the fans within those two fandoms couldn't be more different. Even though they're from the same people in the same stadium, in the same areas, the culture of both those teams is vastly different. I thought, shit, if this is this different in New Jersey for these two New York teams, imagine what it's like in the Midwest and the East Side.
It's a great thought there, dude.
Coast. Yeah. So, and I really find that, from Kansas City, are just the friendliest people on earth. And that kind of goes all the way up to the top people in that institution. Like, hey, even if you don't pick us, we'll welcome you back with open arms. To Philly fans, it's like, you pick us, or if we see you on the street, we'll kick your ass.
So what do you do?
Ways of selling me.
At the end, you pick a team you want to be a fan of?
Yeah. So I had a few prerequisites. I wanted a team that was passionate. I hate fair weather fans.
Who'd you pick?
Living in LA a bit, sometimes I go watch Clippers games, and it's been like 2-point game, 2 minutes to go, and a game that's going to get them in the playoffs, and people are leaving to go to the car park. I'm like, what? How important is your life? Where are you rushing back to?
That's all just a place to be seen, Darren. You know that. NBA is a place to be seen.
Especially in LA.
If you're going to go to any minutes of that game, go to the last 2 minutes. Don't rock up, an hour late, stay for 10 minutes, and then leave. It's absurd.
Well, they only do that to beat parking. That's fucking assholes.
Traffic.
I know, beat parking.
Yeah, I want to be the first one out.
It's cheap. They annoy me. Fans like that annoy me. So I want passionate fans. I want a good place to go visit again and again. So if it's not a city that's near me, I want to go to as many home games as possible.
Are you giving a rose? Like, are you giving a rose to the motherfucking team that you pick at the end? Like, how is this like a bachelor thing? Like, what are you doing?
Well, I'm hoping they give me a jersey to play on the team.
Vince Papali, all of a sudden. The Scottish special teamer, Darren McMullen, runs down the field.
Anyone can be a punter, Pat. You know that.
It's a funny Darren. Why'd you move to Australia from Scotland?
My family were out in Australia years and years before I was born, and kind of had a great time, and then make the mistake that a lot of foreigners make, and they get homesick and they're like, oh, well, let's go back home because we miss everyone. And then, of course, once you see everybody after the first week of parties, you're like, oh, shit, it's miserable and it's gray and it's raining all the time, and we just left this beautiful beach and this amazing weather to come and hang out with our drunk family. But of course, in those days, it wasn't as easy as just jumping on a plane. It's a big, expensive thing getting to Australia. So for years and years, they wanted to go back. And then finally, when I got to a teenager, they're like, hey, we've always wanted to go back to Australia. We lived there before you were born. We understand if you don't want to leave Scotland because you've got friends here. I was like, fuck no. I want a pet koala bear. Go to Australia. I've seen Crocodile Dundee.
Who's your favorite Australian?
You get there and they have phones and roads and TVs, and not everyone has a koala. It's all very disappointing when you get there.
Who's your favorite Australian of all time, other than your family, obviously?
My favorite Australian of all time?
Steve Irwin, wrong answer, Darren. The fact that you even had to think. It's unbelievable. Was he as revered in Australia as he was in America?
He was a bit of a legend in Australia, but I mean, they made fun of him a bit while he was alive. He was seen as a little bit of a joke, because people don't really talk like Steve Irwin, apart from Paul Hogan, of course, Crocodile Dundee. They're the only two Australians that actually talk like that. So he was playing. I think he was playing a part
for sure.
But after he died, he was,
he did a lot for Australia.
Changed the tune. What's that?
He did a lot for Australia.
He did, yeah. On a global scale, absolutely, yeah. What I guess Russell Crowe did for getting angry and drunk and throwing phones at people, that's Steve Irwin did for the animal community.
So everybody, like, I met a couple Australians in my day through punting because a lot of you guys are punting now. And I call
they
you
are.
a lot of punters, really talented guys kicking footballs. And I always talk to, like, I got the first guy that came, like a Foster's beer, right? I was like, oh, this will be clever. And like he just went on to shred Foster's about how nobody drinks Foster's in Australia. I'm like, is Foster's lying to me? Is Foster's not Australian for beer? Like, what is going on? Do you drink what is the Australia is like a good time, I've heard.
I think Foster's is used as like to clean people's hubcaps. Nobody drinks. It's like the Scots. Like, we don't drink Red Label, but we like a lot of Americans drink it. But literally, you'll fuel your car with that stuff, or you'll clean your watch or your coins with Red Label. But we sell it to the Americans, I guess, like the Aussies sell Foster's.
Not a bad move, by the way. I'll buy it.
And you sell crap Hollywood movies.
That's what America does.
Put Adam Sandler in it. People will love it.
Hey, by the way, quick plug for Sandy on Netflix. You should go ahead and watch it. It's a great movie. Great movie. Everybody seems to hate it except for me, but somebody else is going to like it.
So bad.
It's a great movie. Darren, January 1st, what time on USA?
11 o'clock after the wrestling. We're going to double up the episodes. So we're starting with the Atlanta Falcons and then the Dallas Cowboys.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate you for joining us, plugging that show. I can't wait to watch it. You seem like a really cool guy. I appreciate that.
Thanks, man.
Who'd you pick?
Okay, maybe when they do the Colts, you could come down and hang out.
All right, wait for him to get good again.
I'm 35, man. I've only got about 30 years left.
All right, Darren, have a good one, man. Good luck with everything. I appreciate it.
See you guys. Thanks.
Darren.
Take care.
How about him? Not an Australian fella, a Scottish fella who lived down under, who came to LA, who's now a fan of a team to be announced via USA Network. By the way, interesting way to flip that into a paid, all expense paid trip to all these NFL games to get all access. Incredible flip of him. Great hustle. What's up, Diggs?
I know. Like, where did he come from before this? Like, I could pretend like I don't have a fucking team and try to tour the U.S.
Yeah, he beat you to it. And he's a good guy. I mean, that's just, you got to respect it.
He was a good dude.
There's a lot of teams looking for third string quarterbacks. I want to go tour around. Who do I want to play for? I don't know. Let me go figure it out.
I got options. There's some big decisions. He was a good guy. I appreciate him. I hope the show does well. I hope it's not too corny. Because if the NFL is on board with it, the only thing you got to worry is that they start pulling the corny strings at all times. Because that guy seems like a funny dude. I hope they let him go.
Yeah, let him just show his real personality.
I hope so. Big shout out to Matt Matrione, Darren McMullen, USA, January 1st at what time? 11 o'clock after Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
Which is incredible. I'm going to be there for that. I think Matt Matrione and I and you, we made a deal. I think we're going to something with him.
It looks
Fucking
like
huge Bellator fights.
Yeah, it looks like January 20th.
What are we gonna do? We're gonna walk the red carpet, huh? Hey, what's up? How's it going? Yeah, we just had a few edibles. We're only here to watch the humans cockfight.
Hey, Rampage Jackson, it's your big homie. Rampage Jackson, it's gonna be a tough one to get Chael Sonnen for old Rampage. He's a little bit old.
That's
older.
that night Rampage is fighting.
I mean, Rampage has been going since what was that? The with the ring, Pride. What that was the shit.
Rampage is old school, dude. He's just a big name. This is like when WWE signed WCW. WCW signed all the old WWE guys. Still going to be talented, though. Can't wait to watch it.
It's going to be a war still.
Conversation with Matrione was beautiful, by the way.
I love that guy.
What a thinker he is.
Deep thinker.
There's no, you can't, any ounce of just a drop of bullshit around that dude and you're getting called out.
Yeah, he knows it.
What are you going to do? He don't give a fuck. He has enough friends in his life. He don't need more friends.
He doesn't need anything. He literally doesn't need anything or anybody.
Well, and he doesn't need to worry about stepping on someone's toes because what the fuck are they going to do?
Yeah, nobody.
He said, I've been saying I will fight Brock Lesnar for so long before I even know how to fight. What, bro? What a human. All right. Well, from myself, at Sean Latham, at Tactical Diggs, at Evan Foxy, at Ty Schmidt. Matt Matrione's on the internet, and so is Darren McMullen. I'm not sure what they are, but give them some love and thank them for coming on the show. That was incredible. Hope you guys had a great holiday season. I hope this was a great Thursday. And we'll be back tomorrow with a Friday Bangers episode to send you into the holiday New Year's Eve weekend. Now, granted, our show is on Sunday night, Right now, tickets are going for like $780 a piece. Don't buy that. we are gonna videotape this and release the best parts. So, I mean, granted, it's gonna be a great fucking show. People are gonna say this is the best New Year's of their life, and I'm very thankful to all the people that bought these tickets. But these ticket people are trying to get a lot of money out of people. Now, granted, is the show worth that? Yeah, for sure. Okay, it's gonna be you're gonna have. January 1, you're going to be like, we can't do anything else for New Year's except for that. And that's probably going to become a little tradition here. The guests that I have surprising us and popping in are going to be mind blowers. People are going to be like, holy fuck. And then the after party is going to be a great time. I can't wait for New Year's Eve.
One-stop shop. You don't have to worry about driving. You just get dropped off on Uber.
Let's go.
You go to the show. You walk over to the Egyptian room. You get lit.
We're already sold out. We're already sold out. You don't have to sell any more tickets.
I'm just excited. I'm just telling myself because I like to talk to myself about the show.
It is like a perfect situation. Though.
Yeah.
It's a perfect New Year's Eve. So next year, you should come. Like you should put it into your plans that next year you're going to come to Indianapolis, wherever we're doing it at, wherever we're doing this at.
It might be a banker's life. Who knows?
I mean, it's a big arena. Tickets will drop a little bit. Ticket prices will drop down. We'll get some homeless people in there, give away the top row. A couple homeless folks right down the corner here.
Couple seat fillers.
Yeah, a couple seat fillers. We'll do like the big, the fucking Fox did with the LA Rams Fox game. We'll pay some actors to sit in there. Who knows? But it's going to be a blast, and I can't wait to party with the people in there. And Friday Bangers will launch you into that weekend in a beautiful fashion. Thank you so much for rocking with us. I hope this Thursday has been the greatest Thursday of your life. Cheers.